Well, I think one of the early things that Chad was saying is he wanted him to have a feeling of almost these sort of like 70s actors like Jean-Paul Belmondo, and you know, I mean, it was always like this sort of like feeling a little bit, you know. Also, I think, you know, he wanted to bring sets and life into because I mean, basically, John is always dressed in black or really, really dark shades. And, you know, I mean, we wanted to bring a sort of like light into it. And we have found this material that is a fabric that is supposed to have some sort of like diamond particles inside. And then it makes a little bit like, you know, to have a certain shine. And I thought that was quite interesting. And then we have brought this to the movie. Also, the other thing that Chad always like mentioned a little bit is that the movie had to work in a way almost like a Western, perhaps even like an spaghetti Western. And then, you know, I mean, even you, maybe you don't see that, it has been always behind my mind when I have been designing the clothes of John Wick, obviously, and other characters as well. In the case of Donnie, I try more to fix his designs in what he is, what he's, you know, his physicality, and try to bring that together. Because at the end, they are wearing both of them a black suit. Then, but they are, I mean, you can see that they are very different somehow. And then it's so like it's a work, or we say the line of the design has been working in this sort of like in subtle things, like, you know, maybe the length of the lapels and the width of the ties, and, you know, more than trying to make two characters that they look really, really different. I think the work we have tried to do is actually quite the opposite, to make them look like they are almost the same. Because that's the, I mean, they are like, you know, father and son, or brother and brother in a way, you know. And they fight each other, but not because they want to. I've been in Japan working, and my first impression of the country was how similar to us in a way. They are like very similar to the countries in the West, but at the same time they still keep their own traditions and their own singularities. And then I just thought it was a big opportunity in Shimatsu's world to try to put together these two ideas. That's the reason he wears like a westernized clothes, but then on top of that, instead of wearing like a Western jacket for a suit, he wears like a haori, that is a traditional Japanese garment. And from the very beginning, he liked the idea. The actor liked the idea, and it was good. I mean, you know, and also, I mean, his haori, we designed it from ideas of Japanese painting. If you look at the design, it's like a sea that almost is like about to be in a storm, or, and I just thought, you know, it's a little bit like. Just like, you know, pre-seeing what is going to happen. I thought that the metaphor of a storm in the sea was like quite good for that. Yes, modern and traditional at the same time, because she wears like an idea of a kimono. And looking at Japanese designers, I mean, is a designer that I really admire, that is Issey Miyake, and he works with pleats. That he has brought like pleats back to fashion, and I just, you know, we just wanted to do that. But also it came because Chad showed me a picture of a lady with a sort of like a veil that it looked like the sky with clouds in movement, and then we decided to sort of like make a design of this sort of like abstract sky, and then we decided what happened if we pleat it, and then we pleat it, and we thought, well, this looks like really interesting because it looks really like Miyake, and then why don't we do like a contemporary kimono? And then, you know, one thing came to another. And then obviously she needs to be a fighter as well. Then, you know, we came up with this idea of having her in this leather and stretch material, sort of like bodysuit, but also feminine with a little bit of a skirting. That was entirely Chad. Chad from the very beginning had a very, very clear idea that he wanted them to be in these suits with short legs and with boots. And I mean, to be honest, I had, you know, I mean, I have chosen obviously the fabrics and the shape of the jackets and everything, but the primary idea was coming from Chad. He wanted that, and I think it worked quite well. You know, especially because also the people who are playing it, they are very imposing physically. You know, they are like really tall guys with a, you know, with a really sort of like a really important physical presence. Well, I mean, the thing is, he is a very stylish. He has a very stylish vision of movies. I always thought it was really amazing how he does these John Wick movies, because it's almost like a choreography of action, almost like it brings like a sort of like a ballet feeling to it, and I think that's really interesting. And obviously, for him, you can see, and I mean, you know, I mean. I hope that the audiences can feel it, but me working for him, I know how important his costumes for him is, and that's really invaluable working with a director where you know that thinks that costumes are a very important point to explain the story of the movie.